What if you could use a single sensor across multiple distances and easily integrate it into any network? That's exactly what makes the CD2H series from OPTEX FA so flexible. With specific models designed for different measurement ranges and options for IO-Link, Modbus RTU over RS485, analog outputs, and digital I/O, this series is built to adapt to your application. Today I'll be focusing on the Modbus 485 capability, specifically how we can easily connect to a Banner DXM controller for real-time measurement and data communication. Let's take a look at how it all comes together. Here I have the CD2H series clamped to this mounting mechanism. This particular model has a sensing distance of 200 millimeters out to 1.2 meters. There are 6 different sensing ranges in all, from the shortest range of 25 to 35 millimeters out to this one that goes to 1.2 meters. As you can see right here on the display, we can get a relative distance as well as an absolute distance. And what that means is that the center of the sensing distance is 700 millimeters, and it'll show plus or minus off that 700 millimeters. And I can press and hold this button here, and it'll give me an absolute range. So right now it's reading 336.5 millimeters to the target below. And I'll show that here in just a second. Before I show the rest of this, I'm going to show kind of a cool little feature. So you can press and release this button here, and it's kind of a distance bar, kind of like a bar graph display. And then if I press and hold this circle button for 2 seconds, then it'll show a waveform, which is really, really nice for looking at different types of targets and different sensing distances in order to detect or tell exactly what's the optimum angle and the optimum setting for the sensor. So what I have here is the CD2H series, again connected to this Bogan clamp. And just below it here is a conveyor, a belt conveyor. It's actually made by QC Conveyors, one of the lines we represent. And for sample purposes, I have a couple of little parts here to use as target material. This CD2H series is communicating via Modbus RTU, and I have it going to this little Banner wireless node right there. And so I'm communicating to that node wirelessly over here to this client server wireless node. And this acts like a wire replacer, so you can send serial networks or serial communications across a wireless span. That is then going into this new DXM1200 series controller. And there are 4 ports on this device, so you can have 4 separate Modbus ports. Out of this device, you can communicate over Ethernet. So you could then take the data that you're wanting to read and send that to the cloud. This device also works like a controller, and so that's what I've done here. So I've got the sensor going into this device right here, and then I've got some logic going on inside, and then I've got the sensing distance going to this little K50 Pro light. And so that's reading me distance in millimeters. And what that is giving me is the absolute distance to the belt at this point. And then I have gone in and I've set up some threshold levels. So this has a nice little indicating light here. And I've also connected a threshold level here. And so the idea for this demonstration is that when one part is on the belt, all's good, reads green. But if two are stacked together, so if two are stacked together, then it goes into a fault condition. And you can see you got the red there, and also the display is reading 335 millimeters. If we look at the sensing distance in absolute, we're also seeing 355. So we got a good communication. All's reading really well. When we have one, we're reading 354 millimeters to the belt. So let's go ahead and set this thing up and see how it does. For more information on these great solutions from Ramco Innovations, reach out to us at ramcoi.com or give us a call at 800-328-6236.